What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Samoa Joe. Now, yes, here we do have Samoa Joe. I'm really excited I found him in stores. We do have Samoa Joe in the package. You can see it does include the towel that he is wearing around his neck and shirt, which is right here. This is his first time in the line, so that's really cool. We do get his name right here on the side. An image of Samoa Joe on the side. He is part of the NXT brand. That same image on this side. On the back we get a different image of Joe, and then it just gives some stats. Samoa Joe, height 6'2", weight 282, signature move, the Muscle Buster from Huntington Beach, California. Career highlights: the 2015 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winner, along with Finn Balor. Him and Finn were teaming together. Other figures of this line include Kevin Owens, Alberto Del Rio, Kofi Kingston, Bret the Hitman Hart, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, which is also his first time in the line. Really looking forward to getting, well, most of this wave actually. I really hope I can find the rest of them. But anyway, that's Joe for you, so what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review, so sit tight, everyone. So here we have Samoa Joe posing out of packaging. Now, before we get on to the figure himself, let's actually show off his accessories, because he does come with two of them. First being this towel. Now, when I first saw this towel, I honestly thought it was cloth. But as you can see, it's actually made of a softer plastic. It does have a lot of sculpting detailing in it. You can see the folds. It has a fold line right throughout. Well, yeah, that is a fold line. It's not a... I'm pretty sure it's also the mold line, but it's also the fold line of the towel itself, as if it was actually folded up. That is really impressive. But nice detailing throughout the towel. You can see it does have the edges right here. Not so much on this side. But it is there, and you can have Joe wearing it on his shoulders. That's a pretty neat accessory. His other accessory is this cloth shirt, this soft goods shirt. It does say SoCal, or Samoa Joe SoCal on it, Submission Specialist. And it is just like all the other WWE shirts, how it's Velcro in the back. And it just comes right off. And you can already see this. It's the first time I actually put the shirt on the figure, and you can already see that there are some loose fabric particles on Joe already, so I had to get that off, and I think it already started staining his shoulder. I'm not quite sure. So do be aware that this shirt might stain Samoa Joe. I know the black shirts are notorious for staining figures, so I wouldn't recommend displaying him with a shirt too often or for extended periods of time, but it is there if you guys want it. And here we do have Samoa Joe out of packaging. We just went over his accessories, so overall I'm really impressed with this figure. I do have one minor complaint, and yeah, I honestly think that I just stained the figure. Okay, but anyway, going on. One complaint I have about Samoa Joe is his size. Looking at Joe from this angle, he looks perfectly fine. Like, everything looks good on Joe. Turning him to the side, he's relatively thin. Like, he has a really thin profile on the side. Joe's a big guy, and everybody knows that. I'm surprised Mattel didn't actually give him more of a stomach, because he is a bigger guy, and for being a big guy, he moves incredibly fast. And I'm kind of disappointed. Like, having him in hand, he looks good like this, but moving him to the side, Mattel, I think, really needs to start making these Elite figures a little thicker, because proportions look good, like, from a head-on perspective, but turning him to the side, yeah, he looks just like a little chunky, and Joe is chubby. He's not overweight, but he is quite big in the belly area, and unfortunately the figure doesn't reflect that. Let's actually get Joe standing upright so we can go on to his details. Moving the camera up to his face. I am going to say that that is a pretty good Samoa Joe face. Really think they did a good job capturing his likeness. He does have the goatee and the soul patch as well as the sideburns. Kind of wish the hair was a little more shaven. It does look like he has a full head of hair with somewhat of a tiny mohawk. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there is a tiny mohawk on him, or what appears to be a tiny mohawk. This is actually the first time I think Mattel uses this body, because I don't recall any other figure using this body build. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it works for Joe. I'm glad they went with it. We do have his arms. He is using... They're not really fat arms, but they are a little bigger than the average arm. I think these... I could swear I've seen these on another figure. I just can't put my finger on it. But then he also does have these really long forearms, which kind of throws the figure off a little. Oh, that stain is really going to bother me. But anyway, yeah, he has these really long forearms in proportion to his biceps, so that's a little offsetting, but his shorts are really nice. This isn't actually how his shorts are, but getting it into a figure, I can accept it the way it is. It looks nice. His knee pads are sculpted on. You can see that they did paint the flesh tone in his knee pads, and then he is wearing kick pads. A little disappointed that they gave him these plain kick pads. I know it's not a big deal, but Samoa Joe uses a tri-wing kick pads, which has the 3 bars coming off to the side. The same ones that they give Finn Balor, and Finn Balor uses these kick pads. Like I said, it's just a small nitpick. You're probably not going to notice it, and it's just something I noticed on the figure. But still, overall, really good-looking figure. And he does have the standard elite articulation, which we're going to run through really fast. He does have a bulge in his head. He can look up pretty well. Can't really look down. He can look up, but not down so much. Can move his head left and right, although because of the way his head is sculpted, really can't do a 360. That's about how far you can get his head turned. Like I said, he moves up and down, tilts slightly side to side. Arms on a bulge and go out. Do a full 360. Swivel at the bicep. Single jointed at the elbow. Spins at the wrist, as well as hinge. And I think this is the only quality control my figure has, is this really loose wrist. The right one is perfect the way it is, but this left one is really loose. I'm not even doing much, and you can see it's really loose. He has an ab joint which goes back that far and looks down about that much. Waist swivel. And because he does have a wider profile than thicker, when you turn his waist, we do get this awkward cut that I get really annoyed by on Diva figures. But legs go out to about that far. Let's see if I can get this leg a little higher. Nope, his legs do go out about that far. They swivel at the thigh. He is double jointed in the knee, but as you can see, he does have this joint sculpted over, so when moving it, that's as far as that joint will bend no matter how much you try messing with it. But you do get a really good bend if you use the lower joint, and then some slight bend with that second joint, so not really double jointed, but he does have it. Which movement you use is entirely up to you. He swivels at the boot, has a boot hinge, which moves forward and back, and also has rocker ankles, which works really nice. So really good figure and really wonderful outing for Mattel. Really good job with Samoa Joe. So what I'm going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Samoa Joe posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I think they did a really good job with Samoa Joe. Like I said, he is kind of thin. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think they should have taken a little more care in making him a little bit bigger, because they always like saying Joe is a bigger guy, so might as well go all the way with it. I think the Tensai body would have been a good mold for Samoa Joe, but that's neither here nor there. If you're looking for Samoa Joe, I found mine at GameStop. I don't know what it is with my area, and I've heard reports from other WWE collectors that their area are just not getting any new figures. Like, they're just stuck in, like, old waves. The latest I've seen at Walmart, Target, Toys R Us, Kmart, it's the wave with Finn Balor, and I think that's 51. I actually saw Samoa Joe and Kofi Kingston at GameStop, so if you're looking for newer figures, try GameStop. I hear Walgreens is actually getting Elite Wave before Samoa Joe. I don't remember the number. But if you can find Samoa Joe and you're a WWE fan, definitely pick him up. This is the first time he's in the line. I don't know if we'll get another Elite release of Samoa Joe anytime in the future, but if we do, I still think I prefer this one over the future release. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's going to do it for my review, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what you saw. As always, I'm King of Dragons 5000. I can't speak today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, tell me what you think of Samoa Joe. Do you think my complaints about his belly are a little too much, or do you think I'm right on that? Let me know down in the comments. As always, check out all my other WWE reviews, all my other action figure reviews, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone. My